Hi there, Colleen Olivas with the Brandon Drew Group, and I just wanted to share with you, I have a presentation put together specifically for VA financing. This is so important to me and so near my heart because you as a veteran served our country so selflessly. I have family, sister and brother that graduated from West Point and also served in the military. VA home financing is definitely one of the things that our government has done right for our veterans. 0% down payment, no monthly mortgage insurance. And in the presentation that I've put together, I'm going to go through all of the benefits with you. So whether you're active duty, whether you're retired, reservist, whatever the case is, I'm going to go through everything that you need to know so that you can get qualified for VA financing. Thank you again for your service, and let's jump into that presentation.
Hi everyone, my name is Colleen Olivas and I am your VA Home Loan Specialist. If you're receiving this email, it's because you inquired about the VA financing and home loan options. And I'm so excited you did because that means that you are a veteran. And I want to first and foremost thank you so much for your service. I know it sounds very cliche, but I appreciate everything that you do for our country. It takes a lot of selflessness to serve our country, so we appreciate you. So I'm going to get started with our PowerPoint presentation. I'm going to share with you a lot about VA home loans and the pros to them and how amazing this program is. First and foremost, I just want to share a little bit about myself and my husband. So we are both lenders and we work together as a team, and veteran financing is our number one priority. We want to make sure that we take care of you. We are the Brandon Drew Group. We're a division of American Pacific Mortgage, and so we're a very, very big direct lender. However, our name is the Brandon Drew Group, named after our son who passed away when he was 6 months old. So for us, it's very important to carry on a legacy with his name and make sure that everything that we do for people is all done with integrity, honesty, and just full on care so that the legacy is built strong and great. So let me go on a little bit more. So today's agenda, we have a few things that we're going to touch on, and they're very important things. So what is a VA home loan? What does it do for our veterans? When did it start? We're going to go over that. We're going to go over eligibility and entitlement. We're going to go through the myths about VA financing because there's a lot of them out there, a lot of them that I don't like to hear, and I'm going to explain to you all why. We're going to go over the uniqueness of VA financing and the benefits. And then we'll go through a summary. We obviously cannot have a Q&A on here because this is recorded just for you. But I would be happy after this. If you wanted to reach out, I can definitely answer any questions that you do have. So what are some of the top of mind concerns that most people have about VA financing? So I do this presentation mostly live. So there's a lot of interaction, a lot of questions, and I get to hear everyone's concerns about VA home financing. So let me just share with you some of the top concerns that I hear. One of them is that VA loans take longer. That is not the case at all. So VA home loans do not take any longer than standard financing. Another top concern that I hear is sellers are not going to want to accept my offer because I have a VA home loan. That is not true. And for any listing agent out there who is actually not accepting your offer because it's a VA home loan, that just has a lot to do with the lender that you're working with. Because myself, my husband, and my team, as a business, as a family, we make it our priority to reach out to the listing agents and share with them their sellers are not going to pay more money just because it's a VA home loan. We are not going to take longer, and we're going to explain the strength of your file and why your file is actually more beneficial than people using FHA financing or sometimes even conventional financing as well. So what is a VA home loan? So this is a loaded question, right? A VA home loan. It's one of the best things that I feel that has been done for our veterans. I mean, there's a lot of good things, right? We live in an amazing country, but the VA financing, hands down, one of the best that's done for our veterans. So the VA the VA financing came into effect in 1944, and this was when the GI Bill was started. It was intended to stimulate the growth in the economy and assisting veterans and their families. And it was pretty amazing. It was one of the best things that they did start. And how did we get here from 1944 So much has changed, right? So at that time, the maximum loan amount was 50%, which was guaranteed by the government, $2,000. How would you like to have a home for $2,000? That's just not realistic nowadays. We're obviously in a very, very different position. So VA eligibility, there's so many different things that come into effect that determine whether you are or are not eligible for a VA home loan. You have what's called entitlement. The entitlement is given to you based off of the service that you have provided. And so a lot of times veterans say, well, I don't know, am I eligible? Am I not eligible? We'll do the legwork for you. You've already done enough boot work. Allow us to take some of that off of you. So if you have any of your paperwork, we can actually pull the certificate of eligibility on your behalf and see if you are in fact eligible. We have a list of everyone who is eligible for VA home loans, and you can see that list right here. And then it comes down to the basic eligibility requirements. A lot of times people get very, very confused on whether they're eligible if they served active duty, if they were in the reserves, if they were honorably or dishonorably discharged. And so I do have a cheat sheet that I can definitely send out to you. But again, I just tell all of my veterans, leave it in my hands. Let me look it up for you. Let me look at your service times. I've been doing this for a very long time, and I will make sure that you are eligible. And if for whatever reason we're not able to pull a certificate of eligibility for you, I will guide you through the steps that we need in order to get your certificate obtained. This is going to be the cheat sheet that I can send out to you. That's going to have all of the time frames that you actually had to serve in order to be eligible for the VA loan. You can actually gather any of the documents that we need on your e-benefits, which I'm sure most of you already have access to your e-benefits, but I just like to remind some of my veterans, some of my people who have served a lot longer before don't have all of their e-benefits set up. So if you don't, feel free to meet with me. You could come into my office. We can do it electronically. Whatever makes it most convenient for you, I will help you in any way possible to get you ready for your VA home loan. The basic entitlement, so every veteran does have their basic entitlement, which covers the first $144,000 of that VA loan amount. So that's going to cover basically, if anything was to happen, they guarantee a portion of your actual loan, which basically covers the funding of the loan in case something went wrong. What is required? These are the items that I would need from you in order to pull your certificate of eligibility. I hear from veterans a lot, I've lost this paper, I don't have this. That's okay. If you have the information that I need, we can verbally go over that together and I can pull your certificate of eligibility on your behalf. And if you don't have the information that I need, I have all of the local offices that you can go to. You could physically walk in and get a copy of what's needed. Being that I've been doing this so long, I have a lot of contacts in the VA, and I have a lot of Purple Heart veterans. So we tend to get special service. So make sure you utilize me as a resource. I will guarantee to take great care of you. And then the statement of service, this just has, I'm sure you all know exactly what this is because you are a veteran. So I'm sure you've seen this before. And let's see. This link right here is super helpful. So this link will allow you to apply for a home loan. It'll allow you to calculate monthly payments, securely upload documents. It'll set alert and reminders if you're forgetting to call me back or forgetting to send me something. I'm going to alert you so that I can stay on you because it is my goal to make sure that you're put in the best position possible and to make sure you know your approval availabilities. A lot of people just don't know what they can qualify for, and you don't know what you don't know. So the best place to start is definitely with the application because then I can give you all of the options you have available. And for whatever reason, if you're not ready, it's okay. At least we get you started and we begin the planning. So there's a lot of myths when it comes to VA home loans. I can't get another VA home loan because I already used it or I lost my entitlement in a foreclosure or in a short sale or whatever the case is. Sorry, not a short sale, but in a foreclosure. A lot of people think that they're never eligible for VA home financing again. And that is not true. So I'm going to skip on to the next, and I am going to bust that myth. And so let me tell you why. Because when you buy a home, let's say you purchased a home, and I'm just going to throw a number out there. Say you purchased a home for $150,000, and it was 15 years ago, and now you are looking to purchase another one, but the original loan that you had actually went into foreclosure. That's okay. You may still have entitlement available to you. And so we're going to look at this, and I'm going to do what's called a calculation to figure out how much entitlement you do have left. And then let's say that you have a VA loan currently and you want to purchase another one, but you're going to move into the other one. You still can potentially purchase. So it's really important to talk to someone who knows about VA home financing, because I always hear from everybody, you have to refinance out of your VA loan to get another one. That's not necessarily the case, so make sure you're allowing me to educate you on your specific situation. Myth number 2, the VA home loan funding fee is a disservice to the veterans. No, it's not. So with FHA financing, I'm just going to do a quick little comparison. If you're buying a home at the same price as a VA loan and an FHA, you're going to be paying a lot more for an FHA loan, because FHA has monthly mortgage insurance. VA has one time your funding fee, and that's it. It's financed into your loan. FHA has upfront mortgage insurance financed into your loan and monthly. So no, it's not a disservice. And if you do have any service-related disability, you're actually exempt from the VA funding fee. So make sure that you talk with me so we can check that out and see what position you're in. So these are actually, I already went through this for you. It explains what the VA funding fee is. So just on $625,000, it's $14,375. So when it goes into your loan amount and it's financed over that entire 30 years, it's very low on your monthly payment. So it is not a disservice in any way, shape, or form. And this just shows you the different comparisons from the monthly payment for VA, for FHA, and for conventional, as well as the out-of-pocket. You see that substantial difference? Our veterans are well taken care of with VA financing. Jumbo financing is not available for VA home loans. This is a huge myth, and I love to bust this one every time. I recently just closed a VA home loan with 0 down payment in Rancho Cucamonga for $1.3 million. So jumbo home financing is absolutely available. There is not a loan limit that you have to adhere to. There is my busted. There you go. I get ahead of myself sometimes on these slides. So here are some important information about VA jumbo financing above $2 million, because then it becomes a little bit different, but I definitely can help you in that aspect as well. You cannot purchase another home with VA if you currently own a home. So that is not the case at all. I have a lot of clients, and I kind of touched on that 2 myths ago. You can have a VA home loan even if you own another property. As long as your intention is to occupy this property, you're absolutely fine. And you can definitely have another VA home loan. You can do it to downsize, you can do it to get a larger home. Whatever the case is, you are allowed to own 2 properties at the same time. Again, I kind of touched on this myth earlier on in the slide. VA loans cost the buyer and the seller more money. That is absolutely not the case at all. I'm not sure exactly where this myth came from, but it has really ran deep in the real estate industry. And there's a lot of agents out there. So if you know a realtor, make sure you share with them that that is not true. And if they tell you that that is true, have them call me so that I can set them straight and bust that myth with them as well. So let's recap. So on all of our myths, I already used my VA and lost my entitlement. You can still use your entitlement more than once. VA funding fee is too high. No, it's not. Still lower on a monthly basis. Jumbo financing is not available for VA loans. Yes, it is. We can definitely do that up to $5 million. I can't purchase another home because I currently own a home. Yes, you absolutely can. And VA loans do not cost the buyer and seller more money. So let's get that out of their head. Other unique options about VA, you can borrow up to 100% of the loan value. Also, once you purchase your home, refinance options for VA are so much better than any other program. You can have multiple VAs. Your eligibility for VA never, ever, ever expires. So do not think, oh, I let too much time pass and I'm not going to qualify for a VA. No, you let me get you pre-approved. Let me show you your options so you could get in your home. There is never a time that is too late. The VA home program, home loan program was created in 1944. It's changed a lot throughout the years, but all of the basic guidelines still stand the same. We as a direct lender, we do everything 100% in-house. So when I pre-approve you, I'm going to do all of the things that every lender should do, especially with calculating your income, your residual income. There's a lot of extra steps on VA home financing that some lenders just don't have the experience to complete, and we will definitely do that for you. It's our commitment to definitely make sure that we take care of our veterans. Like I said, you served our country. It took a lot for you to do that. You did not know the outcome when you went into the service, and we want to take care of you because you've done that for our country. So allow us the opportunity to now serve you after you've served our country so selflessly. If you have any questions, please make sure just to reach out, ask us any questions, and definitely go back and apply. Let's walk through this process together and let me take care of you and your family, and that way you and your family can begin building your wealth. Thank you so much for your time. I appreciate you. Please email me, call me, text me, whatever the case is, we are here to serve you. Thank you.